App. Architekt. New Deck. Brago Flicker. Format ist Commander. Und we'll create a deck. Let me make a... That's wrong. Copy to clipboard. Save changes. Let me just add a text here. So, dann. Okay, das muss schon mal noch sehr viel kleiner. Das muss scheinbar noch sehr viel kleiner. Okay, das muss scheinbar noch sehr viel kleiner. Ja, das wird so langsam. So, dann schauen wir doch mal. Also, was haben wir hier als Deck? Wir haben von Fla und Brago King Eternal, Optimized Flicker, Optimized the cards I'm using, Budget $50. Okay, dann. So. Das bringt uns da gar nichts. Das packen wir mal hier hin. Als allererstes müssen wir das Ganze mal ein bisschen was sortieren. Wo ist der gute Brago? Da ist Brago. So. So, New Category. Blink Creatures. Das blinkt man, das blinkt man. Wenn das the Battlefield disrupted, das blinkt man. Das blinkt man. Wow, der hat eine ziemlich heftige Farbanforderung dafür, dass er eine beschissene Mana-Base hat. Charming Prince, Scry 2, you gain 2 life, exile you own. Okay. Das hier ist ein Blink, das ist ein wunderbares Blink-Outlet, das ist ein schönes Blink-Outlet. Hat er so viele Instant Sorceries? Ne. Okay, das Ding ist nett, aber crap. Remove. Das lohnt sich auch einfach nicht genug für 4 Mana als Blink-Outlet. Das lohnt sich nicht genug für 6 Mana als Trinker. Artefakte mit Kosten 2. Ja gut, das sind seine ganzen Signets. Das ist okay. Das hier ist ein Blink Enabler. Das hier ist ein guter Blink-Effekt. Das ist ein okay Blink-Effekt. Was ist das Ding? Enters the Battlefield Create. Wahrscheinlich nicht. Ja. Immer Exile Target Non. Okay, das ist ein einmal Blink Enabler für 4 Mana. Mit Flash, aber. Ja. Ein Blink gibt 2 Mana. Naja. Okay, das ist ein richtig schönes Blink-Ding. Mir Battles 4 ist ein richtig schönes Blink-Ding. Muldrifter ist ein richtig schönes Blink-Ding. Glorious Protector. Enters the battlefield. You may exile any number of non-angels. Okay, das hier ist ein Blink-Enabler. Ich sehe schon mal mit zu wenig Blink-Enabler. Das ist Bullshit. Der Ghost Island Monk ist eine Remove-Karte. Whenever Eternal Valkyrie enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card, then exile a card from your hand face down. It becomes foretold. Für 6 Mana ist das zu wenig auf dem Blink-Ding. Weg damit. Das Ding ist wiederum okay. Put a 1/1 Eldrazi Sky and token onto the battlefield. It has sacrificed this creature. Add 1 to your mana pool. Das lohnt sich so gar nicht. 3/1/1 Kiskin. Nein, hat 0 Synergie mit dem Rest des Decks. Das Ding ist wiederum wunderbar. Und Charming Prince machen wir als Blink Enabler. So. Protection. Mana Signets. Mana Stones. Mana Rocks. Da mal Mana Rock. Das Ding ist Müll. Remove. Das Ding ist okay. Wollen wir die Protection? Never do it without Protection. Ja. Nope. Zu schlecht. Zu schlecht. Okay. Okay. So, Länder. Haben wir hier irgendwas, was wirklich schlecht ist? Überraschenderweise nicht. Mystic Sanctuary enters the battlefield enters the battlefield untapped. You may target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Gespannt, was er für irgendetwas hat. So, Katars Crusade geht auf viele Enter the Battlefield Effekte. Okay, löscht er sich zwar selbst, aber enters the battlefield you gain 2 life and draw a card. Whenever you cast an instant spell during your main phase, you may return to Okay, kann von Brago exiled werden, ist okay. Ist auch Protection Word vom Spieler. Ziehen eine Karte bringt uns nicht genug. Die oben lassen wir mal raus, zumal man die Dinger irgendwann opfern will. Das hier ist Protection, wenn auch keine gute. Das kriegen wir bestimmt besser hin. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Kartusch haben wir keine. Das ist aber weg. Okay. So, Cloudshift ist ein Blink-Enabler. If a permanent you control would be put in the graveyard from the battlefield, exile it instead. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Protection. Oh, ja, hatte ich schon. Every Interlude ist Protection. Warum sollte ich Karten noch lesen können? Das wäre auch. Was ist das für eine Karte? Ah. Ja, okay. Blink Enabler. Blink Enabler. After you perform a control, Hexproof until end of turn. Müll. Blink Enabler. Protection. Protection. Ist theoretisch Removal, aber praktisch ist es Müll. Ja, praktisch ist es Müll. Return each creature your opponent's control with toughness. X or less Müll. Habe ich dem Kerl vorher schon mal geholfen? Bin nicht sicher. Oh, so, Blink Creature Remove. Oh, ich entferne dem armen Kerl fast sein komplettes Deck. Okay. Also, das ist so traurig. Okay, also, zuallererst. Okay, gucken wir uns erstmal kurz die Mana-Steine an. Oh je, Magic-Kartenmarkt. Magic-Kartenmarkt, das wird interessant. Schiedspunkten, Junge. Ist gleich Sum B2B. Oh je. Okay. Stasis. Warum sollte man das nicht in Brago spielen? Es ist einfach Stasis. Das ist einfach eine zu schöne Karte, um sie nicht in Brago zu spielen. Nächstes ist Talisman of. Talisman of. Talisman of. Talisman of. Talisman of. Talisman of Progress. Ja. Progress. So, das Ding kostet uns was? Kostet uns der Talisman was? Ui! Ab einem Euro, ja. 1,20. Talisman of Progress. Nicht schlecht. So. Dann. Was kostet uns ein Ghost Pass? Ghost. Es gibt auch eine Karte. Eerie Interlude. Gibt es auch eine ähnliche. Ghost Way, not Ghost Pass. Ghost Way. 5 Euro, 1 Euro, okay. Sagen wir 2 Euro Ghost Way. Ghost Way 2. Redundanz ist immer gut. Ghost Way 2, alles klar. Was kostet uns Teferi's Protection? Zu viel? Teferi's Protection kostet uns zu viel, ja. Das kostet uns zu viel. Schade. So. Oh, ich merke, dass ich müde werde. So, wir brauchen jetzt als nächstes Mal den, oh Gott. Soulbound Blink. Bilder. Dead Eye Navigator. Right. Dead Eye Navigator. Was kostet der Spaß? Dead Eye Navigator. Angebote zeigen. Ab 2 Euro, okay. Dead Eye Navigator. 2 Euro. Sind schon bei 8 Euro. Okay, next ist der WU2 Kistchen Exile Creature Return. Das Ding kostet 3, oder? Activated Ability Link Creature Kisskin. Ah, fuck it, wie heißt denn die? Witch. Kisskin. Der. Mist Meadow Witch. Mist Meadow Witch. Okay, 40 Cent. Mist Meadow Witch. Nehmen wir ja auch an. So, schau doch mal kurz nach. EDH-Rec, Brago. Ich bin einfach gerade zu müde, um mich an die richtigen Karten zu erinnern. Zu teuer, zu teuer, zu teuer, zu teuer. Vergessen wir alles. Reality Asset, ja. Was kostet uns Reality Asset? Reality Asset. Reality Asset 0,2. Das fügen wir ja auch hinzu. So. Ich meine, wenn dann optimiertes Deck haben wir dann. Soll auch ein bisschen unverstehen. Peregrine Drake haben wir. Reflector Mage. Reflector Mage ist einfach zu gut. Das macht. Reflector Mage war bisher einfach immer gut. Reflector Mage. Er hat bisher schon so auf den Arsch gerettet. Reflector Mage dürfte auch nicht so viel kosten, oder? Mage 10 Cent. Oh ja, Soul Heart, den sollten wir nicht vergessen. Das kostet Spaß. Soul Herder 25. Soul Herder 0,25. Soul Herder, da haben wir es. Okay, haben wir schon, vergiss es. Münze haben wir, dafür müssen wir dringend noch was reinnehmen, weil er hat viel zu wenig Ziele. To Exile, Plowshare sollten wir auch reinnehmen, ne? To Plow. Das ist ein Euro. Den kann man uns auf jeden Fall leisten. Swords to Plowshares. 1 Euro. Ich meine, wir brauchen unbedingt Removal. Oh ja, Panharmonicum. Was kostet der Spaß? 10 Euro, aber das ist es wert. Panharmonicum. 4 Euro. Panharmonicum 4. Venser ist schön, aber wahrscheinlich. Oh ja, Stone hat Dignitary, den wollen wir haben. Hätte ich fast vergessen. Hallo Süße. Na du? 10 Cent. 0,1. Na Süße.
Bist du wieder ein Dick am Bahn?
Mhm.
Bist du momentan echt viel drin, oder?
Mhm. Und du?
Ja, Sammelspuren, suche Tiere.
So.
Die letzten Stunden ziehen sich halt wie echt zu.
Okay,
Ja.
ja.
Auch lustigerweise wegen den.
Felida Guardian. Ja, du hast auch lustigerweise wegen den.
Wegen den Router, wo er kurz down gegangen ist, anscheinend auch schon mal einen Streambericht bekommen von 40 Stunden.
Mimia. Du machst das.
Ja. Es sind ja jetzt nur noch ein paar Stunden. Ich kann ja, also die haben ja gemeint, ich war zwischen 8 und 10 Minuten weg, wobei es für mich nur ein paar Minuten vorkam. Dann würde ich einfach sagen, 10 ist Schluss.
Ja.
Ich würde aber auch einen Screenshot machen von meinem OBS und bin mal gespannt, für wie hoch der das Teil hochladen wird. Ob der dann auch wirklich 48 Stunden draufsteht.
Ja, guck das mal.
Das ist ja schon geil.
Eldrazi Displacer, das wollen wir auf jeden Fall haben. Der ist wahrscheinlich zu teuer, der Glenelendral Archmage. Packen die mal auf vielleicht. Oh ja, Runner kann man super mitnehmen, ne? Kann man? Na, vielleicht nicht. Sunblast Angel, das ist ein wiederholbarer Boardwipe. Was kostet der Spaß? 25 Cent. Sunblast Angel 0,25. Nein, nicht. So. Den packen wir dazu. Sunblast Angel. Okay, wie sieht eigentlich seine Mana-Base aus? 36 Länder. Das passt ja. Damit kann man erstmal arbeiten. Rishdan Footpad, den nehmen wir auf jeden Fall mit rein. Rishdan. Bilder. MTG. Die 3. Rishdan. R-I-S-H-D-A-N. R-I-S-H? Rishadan. Ah! Kaum schreibt man es richtig. Okay, der kostet 22. Nee, das ist der falsche. Okay, 1 Euro. Okay, 3-mal Rishdan für 1,50. So, wie heißen die alle? Rishdan, Brigant, Wegelagerer, Cutpurse, Brigant, Footpad. Rishadan, Cutpurse. Rishadan, Brigant. Rishadan. Footpad. Playgroup ist leider viel zu teuer für den Guten, sonst würde ich das sofort empfehlen. 4 Guardianship das gleiche. Mana Drain natürlich auch. Generous Gift, ja. Generous Gift immer auf jeden Fall noch rein. Das Gift, das kostet vielleicht 1 Euro, ne? Das Gift, ich meine, das nicht mit reinzunehmen, wäre schon fast fahrlässig. So, wie steht es eigentlich derzeit? Wir haben derzeit 16 Remove und bisher 16 Add, richtig? Okay, Add, Meme. Und das hier ist Just Add. Die sind Admin. Okay, also haben wir derzeit 12, die wir hinzufügen. Oh, das geht ja noch. Ghost Ray war wahrscheinlich zu teuer. Das brauchen wir alles nicht. Oh, ich würde gerne wieder wissen, was ich früher drin hatte. So, Domska ist eine Idee. Der hat überhaupt keine Board Wipes, oder? Hat überhaupt kein Removal im Deck. Ja, wir sollten auf jeden Fall ein paar Board Wipes reinpacken. Domska ist eine gute Sache für, was kostet Domska? Domska. Doomska? Okay, wie wird die Karte geschrieben? Doomska. Ach, mit K. Doomska. 2 Euro. Doomska, 2 Euro. Die können wir schließen. Ja, dann noch Time Wipe. Ist Time Wipe nicht schon wieder zu teuer? Ein Board Wipe lohnt sich jetzt schon aus der Command, kostet 2 Euro. Whisper Silk Cloak, oh ja, richtig unblockable. Whisper Silk Cloak, was kostet der Spaß? 1,70. 1,8 sagen wir einfach mal. Tangle war ja also so eine gemeine Karte. Also die harten Stax-Karten lassen wir mal. Mystic Remore. Mystic Remore ist richtig schön. Kostet leider auch 13. Zu viel. Oh ja, Detention Sphere. Detention Sphere ist 0,8. Detention Sphere. Brago darf ja alles flickern. Das nehmen wir auf jeden Fall mit rein. Steel of Godhead nehmen wir auch mit rein auf jeden Fall. Steel of Godhead. Das nehmen wir für 3 Euro mit rein. Steel of Godhead, beziehungsweise eher 2 wahrscheinlich beim Magic-Kartenmarkt. Das ist nicht besonders gut zum Blinken. Oh ja, Parallax Wave. Parallax Wave ist richtig schön. Was kostet der Spaß? 6 Euro. Parallax Wave. 5 Euro. Na, sagen wir 6 Euro. Richtig schönes Removal on Parallax Tide. Parallax Tide ist halt so fies. Parallax Tide. Ja, komm, für 3 Euro packen wir das nachher mal dazu. Weil das kommt definitiv in das, wenn er nicht nett sein möchte. So, Steel of Godhead ist auf jeden Fall beim normalen Ad. Das hier ist auch beim normalen Ad. Das hier ist bei Admin. Das hier ist beim normalen Ad. Das hier ist beim normalen Ad. Ich denke mal, den Cutters Crusade braucht er auch nicht zwingend. Habe ich den jetzt gerade hier reingepackt? Ja, habe ich natürlich. Sehr gut. Da wollte ich ihn nicht haben. So, Charming Prince. Wo sind denn hier die Artefakte? Da. Add Talisman of Progress. Add Panharmonicum. Add Whisper Silk Cloak. Add Swords to Plowshare. Ghostway. Generous Gift. Was vergesse ich gerade an Ländern? Planeswalker lassen wir mal vorsichtshalber raus. Was kann man ihnen noch an Ländern mitgeben? An sinnvollen Sachen. Buried Ruins. Okay, Länder sparen wir uns mal gerade auf. Okay, Angel of Finality. Graveyard Hate ist immer gut. Angel of Serenity ist auch gut. Archaeomancer. Hat echt nicht viele Ziele. Also entweder ich packe ihm einen Time Walk rein oder ich remove Archaeomancer. Gucken wir nachher, wie viele Ziele der noch hat. So, für 5 Mana. Und dabei heftige Mana-Kostenanforderungen. Destroyt er ein Nicht-Land-Permanent. Ist okay. Nicht-Land-Permanent, damit kann ich mich anfreunden, sowas zu zerstören. Das hier ist nur richtig schlechter Card-Draw. Das hier ist wiederum guter Card-Draw. Ist es richtig schlechter Card-Draw? Nein, aber... Warum mag ich diese Karte nicht? Was übersehe ich bei der Karte? Was sorgt dafür, dass ich diese Karte nicht mag? Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Weil sie nur eine Karte zieht für 6 Mana. Yep. Dovin's Authority. Es zieht eine Karte pro Runde. Das ist... Und auch nur, wenn der Brago da ist. Der Kartographer ist... Ja, nicht mal gute Planes-Sachen. Meteor Golem zerstört eine Sache, ist okay. Der Meotic Wall ist ein Schauen wir mal. Muldrifter enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards ist perfekt. Mir Battles 4 macht theoretisch einen Haufen Tokens. Machen wir auch erstmal auf Remove. Petulant Drake macht eine Endlos-Kombo. Prosperous Pirate kann eine Endlos-Kombo machen. Seagate Oracle ist was Billiges für den Anfang. So, er hat echt wenig Early Game, ne? Er hat echt wenig Early Game. Cloud Shift. Echt nicht sicher. Ja, mal Cloud Shift machen wir auf jeden Fall weg. Ich bin halt echt kein großer Freund von diesen Einmal-Effekten. Vor allem, weil das ein einziges Early Game zurzeit ist. Hat er kein Sack-Outlet für. Also kann es maximal als Board Wipe Protection sehen. Das hier ist zu teuer für den Effekt. Das ist Schrott. Das ist auch nur einmal. Gut. Ich sehe mir das Ghostly Prison noch nicht so ganz, aber man kann zumindest argumentieren. Oh Mann. Ich glaube, ich werde ihm hier zu viel am Deck machen. So, schauen wir ganz kurz nach Mana Rocks, ob ich da irgendwelche übersehen habe. Wieso hat ihr hier keine Mana Rocks? Ja. Azurius Signet hat er drin, richtig? Azurius Signet hat er drin, ja. Mindstone hat er drin, Talisman hat er drin, Fellwarstone hat er den drin? Nein, hat er nicht. Was kostet ein Fellwarstone? What? Oh, tatsächlich 1,50. Wow. Fellwarstone. Sword Vessel ist zu teuer, weil es nichts Dings macht und das ist den Preis. Also, es ist schon sinnvoll, das Ding ins Deck zu packen, aber es ist einfach den Preis in Euro nicht wert für sein Deck. So, dann schauen wir noch kurz nach Spezialländern. Wie viel Geld haben wir bisher? 36 Euro. Oh Mann. Und ich habe noch einen Haufen Karten hier hinzuzufügen. Scheiße. Okay, was haben wir noch? Laviana ist gut. Meteor Golem, was hatte ich gesagt? Petulant Drake ist gut. Seagate Oracle. Okay, die habe ich mich allen mit abgefunden, dass sie gut sind. Okay. Okay, wir wollen auf jeden Fall einen Reliquary Tower. Reliquary Tower für 1 Euro. Reliquary Tower für 1 Euro. Reliquary Tower für 1 Euro. So, den wollen wir haben. Der kommt zu Ed. Rogue's Passage spielt er schon richtig. Jo, die spielt er schon wunderbar. Academy Ruins. Hat er interessante Artefakte? Ich meine allein schon um. Buried Ruins spielt er schon, ne? Oh nein, Buried Ruins spielt er tatsächlich noch nicht. Meine Academy Ruins und zumindest Buried Ruins kann man reinpacken. So, Buried Ruins. Machen wir mal zu Ed. So, was haben wir hier noch reinzupacken? Schon mal kurz nach. Die Revi Blink. Die Revi Imperial Tactician. Und hier möchte ich bitte... Oh Gott, wo sehe ich denn hier? Bei Seam. Blink, da. Schauen wir doch mal. Was haben wir denn für schöne Blink-Sachen für die Fähre? Ich meine, Karmic Guide, ja. Ja, Karmic Guide. Ich meine, ja, warum nicht? Karmic Guide. Ich meine, er kostet danach, aber einfach Reanimate zu haben ist Karmic Guide. Den Displacer haben wir schon. Fiend Hunter wäre halt noch eine Idee, ne? Kostet auch nicht so viel. Und das füllt unsere dringend benötigte Removal-Rolle aus, die dem Kerl hier einfach komplett fehlt. Wall of Omens zieht ihm eine Karte und ist ein Verteidiger, ist auch schön. Wall of Omens, also Verteidiger ist ihm egal, aber er hat zumindest einen Early Drop. Wall of Omens 0,25. Finality spielt er schon. Der God of the Palace wäre halt auch eine Interesse. Ah, zu teuer. Okay. Das Ding passt nicht ins Budget. Angel of Condemnation wäre noch eine Idee. Genauso wie der Elendra Archmage, wenn das Budget ausreicht. Wenn das Budget ausreicht, ist immer das Problem. Und das Budget reicht derzeit hinten und vorne nicht. Was kostet eine Winter Orb? Was kostet der Spaß? Winter Orb. Ah, zum Glück zu teuer, ne? Winter Orb für 7 Euro. Glendlandra für 7 Euro. Ich brauche den Kill hier gerade ernsthaft einen Stack, ne? Das ist... Ah, für Glendlandra kostet sogar noch 5 Euro, dann ist sie echt zu gut, um sie nicht zu spielen. Okay. Elendra Archmage. Die kommen mal alle zum Add hinzu. So, bis jetzt sind wir 28 Removals und Add-Land müssen wir nochmal zur Seite packen. Da ist ein Land. Add-Land. Der kommt auch zu Atlanta. Also derzeit haben wir 28 Sachen entfernt und 21 hinzugefügt. Oh. es ist so falsch, ihm eine Winter Orb geben zu wollen. Das ist so falsch, aber es ist einfach das, woran ich bei Brago denken muss. Was ist da los? CDU zerstört das Internet. Das muss ich mir morgen mal anschauen. Was ist da? Content? Shadowlab macht schon wieder was live on Twitch, habe ich gehört. Okay, wenn das so ist. Ich will ihm auch weiteres Removal geben, aber es ist zu teuer. Das Budget ist halt echt das Problem, ne? Ein Austia Command wäre eigentlich auch was wahrscheinlich in seinem Meta sinnvoll wäre. Street Resonator ist auch einfach zu gut. Aber kostet wahrscheinlich zu viel. Street Tonic Resonator. Oh! Oh. Street Tonic Resonator 0,8. Ist auf jeden Fall drin. Street Tonic Resonator. Palinchron. Wow. Was habe ich dafür letztens gezahlt? War das auch da schon so teuer? Meine Einkäufe. Palinchron. Damals habe ich 24. Ach du Scheiße, ist die Karte schon wieder hochgegangen. Ja, auch Reserved List, ne? Gerade rechtzeitig gekauft, würde ich sagen. Gerade rechtzeitig gekauft. Halbes Jahr im Wert verdoppelt. Oh Mann. So, den können wir schon mal wegtun. Katas Crusade kann man machen, aber irgendwie... Habe ich hier noch irgendwas drin, was Tokens macht? Nee. Okay. Ist jetzt Sirius Kanzlei hier drin? Ja, passt. Seems. Blink. Blinkdex. Mein Semesters End ist gut. Semesters End. Ja, Semesters End ist einfach gut. Und es gibt dann noch eins. If a permanent you face reward? Yes, face reward. Okay, was kostet die Karte? Face reward. Face reward. Nichts, okay. Die vernachlässigen wir dann einfach mal. Face reward. Die fügen wir hier auch mal hinzu. Die tut ja quasi nochmal das Gleiche und gibt uns damit ein bisschen... Hat der Counterspell drin? Ja, ne? Counterspell hat er drin. Ja, Counterspell hat er natürlich drin. Okay. High Synergy Cards. Finde ich einfach nicht gut. So leid mir das tut, den finde ich einfach nicht gut. Ja, Grün spielen wird auf jeden Fall Eternal Witness, tut er aber nicht. Weißt du schon, warum ich die Revi mitnehme bei Blink? Der enabled einfach so viele gute Karten. Ach ja, Revelark. Aber er hat nicht genug Low. Oh, Power to or less. Richtig, okay. Was haben denn seine 3, 5, 1, 4, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1, 2. Ach, Revel, der könnte schon. Ja, Revelark kommt rein. Revelark. Kostet er was? Ha, nichts. Perfekt. Okay. Was haben wir denn noch? Das 32 € Einhorn-Drecksteil. Meine Watcher for Tomorrow könnte interessant sein. Das ist auch noch eine frühe Karte. Das filtert ihm ein bisschen was durch das Deck. Das ist okay, die Karte. Laviana hat er schon. Den hat er auch. Secret Oracle hat er schon. Fiend Hunter hat er schon. Duplikant. Ein Duplikant ist nochmal ein Removal und kostet scheinbar nichts, ne? Duplikant. Das ist ein... Nein, dammit. Das wollten wir nicht nehmen. Die wollen wir bitte wieder entfernen, die Karte. So, wie viel haben wir mittlerweile im Ad? 22, 23 und 28 wollen wir entfernen. Oh, dammit, die wollen wir auch schon hinzufügen, ne? Jo, und die wollen wir auch noch hinzufügen. Oh, das war knapp. Okay. Wir nehmen jetzt einfach mal diese Liste als erste Liste. Okay, so, das hier war unser erstes Punkt. Jetzt wollen wir den einmal duplizieren. Copy Deck. Create. Copy Brago Flicker. So. Oder. Okay. So. Erstmal wollen wir jetzt hier fast alles von Remove tatsächlich dauerhaft wegmachen. Das Einzige, worauf ich mich einlasse, ist Kratos Crusade, den ich nochmal da lasse. Im Chat steht nichts, ja. There's nothing in the chat. Just as I see I have a viewer, if you're interested in me speaking English, just tell me in the chat and I will start to talk English, but As long as no one is watching that's talking English. Since it's quite late here, I would not bother and just keep talking German. So, and if you're interested in me speaking English, just tell me. So, dann wollen wir mal. Na, die kommen zu den Ländern. Und wir entfernen hier dafür eine... Armenians speak English only. Okay, in this case, I'll keep English. I'll keep speaking English right now. So at the moment we have more white mana sources than blues, while we have the same distribution. So we'll just remove a plane here, and it should be fine. You're basically the majority because I think you're the only one watching. So yeah. Okay, so let's get this deck sorted. Since I have just added, you know, I feel a little bit bad for taking half the deck out and adding another entirely new deck. Yeah, so we'll just see. Repeat or Blink Enabler. So these, Blink Enablers already existing. Where are Blink Enablers? Oh, there are Blink Enablers, perfect. Now next off we have removal, because he didn't play any removal at all. Removal. So let's put this to removal and this one to board wipe. And just let's see what I created here. So this one is removal, this one is a Blink Enabler, this one is protection. And why is this? Oh wait, yeah, white. These are different kinds of protection. So, see it coming as a counterspell, Pentax Ward, Ghostly Prison, Eerie Interlude. This one goes here. Okay, next up, Felder Guardian. This is a Blink Enabler and also a combo piece. Felwar Stone is another mana rock. Fiend Hunter is removal. Generous Gift is removal. Maybe we can cut Generous Gift. We'll see. This one is protection. Glenelendra Archmage is this kind of protection. Karmic Guide is recursion. I'm really curious whether the spell recursion cards will make the cut. This one is Synergy. I'm debating on whether to call it Synergy or Strong. Synergy. Is this how you write Synergy? I have no clue. Okay, so this one is removal, this one is removal even if temporary, this one is recursion, which should get quite a lot of things back. This one is protection. I nailed it, perfect. This one is protection, this one is protection. I'm really not sure if you like this deck. I think I put some very mean things in, especially, so some metas will consider the things that I put in mean, since, I don't know, a lot of people don't like sacrificing permanents, and especially not doing it multiple times each turn, unless they can pay X amount of mana. So let's put this to removal, this to removal, this to removal, this one to synergy. And they also, for some reason, don't like if each player skips their untap step, but it's just too good with Brago. So this one is removal. Also, they usually don't like if you exile their lands. Yeah, so I will make a mean and a nice version of this deck, basically. And we'll take it from there. So this one is card draw. Card draw. This one is also card draw, and even a creature that just draws one card is basically card draw, since he will be able to blink them multiple times. Another mana rock and another board wipe. So we have two board wipes. Where are my board wipes? Board wipes? Board wipes. There are my board wipes. Okay, Angel of Finality is basically removal from a graveyard. This one is removal. This one is recursion. Counselor of Dawn is removal. This one is card draw, card draw, card draw. I see that I'm tired. Where do we have card draw? Okay, here's card draw. This one is protection. Basically, it's Stax, to be honest. This one is recursion. I think if he likes this deck, he will be a very unpleasant player to a lot of Forky plays with. Maybe I'm creating a Stax player right now. That could be, yeah. So this one is Synergy, this one is Card Draw, and this one is Ramp even, but also... Yeah, let's just put it to Synergy. This one is Recursion, and this one is... Let's put it to Card Draw, even though it's not. Okay. Okay. Now let's see, what do we have in this deck? What do we have in this deck? So we have 7 Blink Enablers in addition to the Commander. We have this one instant Blink Enabler. I think we should be able to remove... How many cards do we have actually? 107, okay. So we have a lot of removal actually, so I think we will just remove... Can I see the mana curve here? Mana curve, okay, we have a lot of CMC2. We don't really need that many CMC3 since with 8 mana rocks he is likely to skip CMC2. Wait, why is Fate's Reward in the mana rock section? So he has 7 mana rocks, but he's still quite likely to skip CMC3 with them. And then he gets to CMC4 and it ends on 7. So I'm quite pleased with the mana curve. So since it's not competitive, I'm not putting emphasis on getting it lower, which I would usually do with competitive decks. But this one should be fine. Now, how many instants and sorceries do we have? We have 12 instants and 1 sorcery. Okay, let's try to copy this deck and... No, wait, we can't, damn it. Okay, so we have basically exile all of our creatures and return them as a sorcery, as an instant. So these are 5 of our instants. And we have Generous Gift. So as long as he won't play Time Walk, I guess I'll cut the Archaeomancer and Minotic Wall, since he really does not have... Yeah, really does not have that many instants. They're so good with Time Walk though, but yeah, if he doesn't play a Time Walk, we can just boot him. Okay, so let's see. Lightning Greaves enable Brago to get haste. Okay, just let... okay, well, they also protect Brago, so that's fine. Pillow Fort. So this one also grants a bit of Pillow Fort. I mean, we could throw in a Propaganda here to have more of the effect, but I don't think he'll need it. So here we have counter spells, and this one is also Pillow Fort. Okay, so what does he play for creatures? So basically turn 1 he wants to go either nothing or Sol Ring. And we also remove the Salt, I think, since he should have enough removal with his blink cards. So, turn 1 he either goes Sol Ring or nothing. Turn 2 he goes any Mana Rock. He might also go for Boots. Or he might go for the Rishton. Oh no, he cannot go for the Rishton since they start at 3. So yeah, basically turn 2 he's playing a Mana Rock. What is this one? Yeah, we'll also remove this one. Doesn't do enough. So turn 2 he's playing a Mana Rock. Turn 3 he's playing Brago. He's attacking. If he played a Sol Ring and a Mana Rock, he has 3 mana open. And this will allow him to do, yeah, some of the 3 stuffed creatures. So turn 3 ideal, play Brago and any Mana Rock. Non-ideal, just play Brago and have him out for your future blink cards. So starting there, he'll be able to just accumulate value, I guess. Now, let's see what we have. So we have 2 board wipes. We have lots of removal, even though it's removal you might need to cheat with. So I don't know if you're aware of this. It is really vitally important on how the text is worded. If you have a card that says exile something until this card leaves the battlefield. So depending on how the text is worded, whether it's in one paragraph or two, you can permanently exile something. So basically, if you have something like... where do we have something? Give me a second. Don't we have anything here? I think the Reflector Mage. Don't we have anything here where you can... crap, what's a card that's nice? What is a up-to-date exile until... Oh wait, I think I have one of open. Here, you have the Angel of Condemnation. So, he says exile another target creature until Angel of Condemnation leaves the battlefield. So in this case, if you use this effect, so effect goes on the stack, then something destroys Angel of Condemnation. Basically, Angel of Condemnation is destroyed, and you don't exile the creature because Angel of Condemnation already left the battlefield. Now on the other hand, if you have a creature like Feet Hunter, so this one doesn't say until it leaves the battlefield, but Fiend Hunter has two paragraphs. The first paragraph says, when Fiend Hunter enters the battlefield, you may exile another target creature. The second paragraph is a triggered ability. When Fiend Hunter leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So basically what you do with Fiend Hunter is you put the effect on the stack to exile a creature. Then you exile Fiend Hunter by any means necessary. So for example, you could use the Deadeye Navigator to exile the Fiend Hunter. So Fiend Hunter gets exiled, his triggered ability triggers, which would put the exiled card back into the battlefield, but at this moment no card is exiled. So nothing is put back on the battlefield. And then the card he targeted is exiled, and this leads to the card permanently being exiled, and there is no way to get it back without something like Rift Sweeper. And this is a really important distinction between the exile until it leaves the battlefield cards. So that's why I added Fiend Hunter here instead of what he had before, because you can really abuse this. So this is really important. Most of the new cards are worded in a way that they exile until it leaves the battlefield, but a lot of the old exile until cards are split into these two parts, and this is a neat runic action that you can actually abuse quite well. It's super unfair if you use the Parallax cards. Just let me have a look at them. He won't be able to do it that well in this deck, since there's not that much that can exile the Parallax cards with Flash, but... Oh well, he can actually. Yeah, he can. Just let me get out a Parallax card. Where do I have the Parallax cards? Am I blind? Here, Parallax Wave. So Parallax card are these old cards. Let me just make it a bit bigger. That I really like to play. I really like to play Parallax Wave. Parallax Tide is another thing. So Parallax Wave has Fading 5. So you pay 2 mana and 2 white mana for an enchantment. And it gets 5 fate counters. Now at the beginning of your upkeep, 1 fate counter is removed. Once you remove the last fate counter, no wait, not once you remove the last fate counter, but if you would need to remove a fate counter and it already is empty, then you would sacrifice it. So you can also manually remove fate counters to exile another creature until this leaves the battlefield. So in this case, it's worded in 1, so that's important. No, sorry, it's not worded in 1, right? Let's just check it in the Oracle. Oracle, Parallax Wave. That's the issue with old cards. You will need to look into Oracle to get the actual wording. So it's 2 paragraphs, so you can do this trick with it. And so basically, you can put 5 creature removals on the stack, 5 creature exiles, then exile it, and these creatures are gone for good. Other than that, you can also just attack with Brago. And so Parallax Wave does this for creatures, which is a really cool removal. But what's much more mean is that Parallax Tide actually does this for lands. So this is one of the mean cards that I meant that he might need to remove, because a lot of people don't like to play against land destruction, and this is not only land destruction, this is land exiling. So yeah, this is a card that you really need to be careful with when you play it, because you're likely to not make friends. I had a competitive, so I was in a tournament once, and my opponent played Atraxa and had some really broken and had a really broken good start. So basically Atraxa has the ability to proliferate, so she can add counters here. So turn 2 he had Atraxa out, turn 3 Parallax Tide, exiled all of my lands and then just kept adding fate counters to it. So I was basically without lands. Once I played a land it was instantly exiled. So yeah, be careful with cards like this. Okay, but still, now I need to think about what to do. So this one exiles once, this one exiles a creature. Do we have anything that we can... Let me have a look at the removed cards that I removed from him. Architect. Oh yeah, you know what's also quite mean? Just let me see. Again, another of the cards that I'm not quite sure if he'll keep it. I'll make him a list on what cards he should look out for and what cards may cause him to lose friends. Each player skips his or her untap phase. During their upkeep, pay blue or bury stasis. So, yeah, nobody's untapping, but he is attacking with Brago. And whenever Brago deals damage to someone, he can exile any number of target non-land permanents. So basically you exile himself to untap him. And you exile your mana rocks to be able to pay for stasis. And maybe more mana rocks or whatever else you want to pay for. So yeah, basically you're the only one playing anymore. So other players can still play, obviously, since they can put into play new lands, and these lands will enter untapped. I didn't put in a hard Stax tiers to have the other lands enter tapped, because I thought it was not really what he was going for. But Stasis is a really neat card to interact with Brago, and since it's an enchantment, it's quite easy to get rid of. He doesn't have too many counter spells, so I reckon his opponents will be able to handle this. I'm not 100% sure on this, so as I said, this is a card that he may need to remove. But what I wanted to do is have a look at his old deck and maybe re-add a card from it. Brago Flicker. So let's have a look at all the remove cards from his old deck. So this one doesn't have flash, so it's not that interesting. I'm searching for a card with flash that... Okay, this one is also not flashy. Flash. Enters the battlefield, you may exile non-angel creatures. That's not what we are looking for. This one is just mana ramping, and we have better ones for that. Flash, non-angel creature. Okay, no. Nothing here that I wanted. I was already considering making a competitive Brago deck, and this makes me want it even more. Yeah, so if you want to play competitive Brago, just go Stax. I've played against the competitive Brago deck once. In the Würfelzwerg in Esslingen, and yeah, basically it's throw out a bunch of mana rocks, tutor up your stasis, you have white, so you have all the good enchantment tutors, and you're done. Another way to go is to take some time walk spells and basically take Mignotic Wall and the Archaeomancer, two things that I removed since he doesn't play any Time Walk spells, and I removed most of the other spells since they were crap. When Archaeomancer enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. You can imagine if you have a Time Walk that, or any extra turn spell, these are basically unlimited turns once you have enough mana to do this repeatedly. So yeah, you can do this. This is how I won many games with Derevi until I removed this combo because I found it too boring. But yeah, basically if you want to play Brago competitively, add Winter Orb, add Stasis, add some enchantment and artifact tutors to tutor them up, add mana rocks, cheap mana rocks that do a lot of mana, play something, play Brago, play your mana rocks, and have everyone cry at the tables. Another neat Stax piece here is that I didn't put into the mean cards because I think it's too good not to play in Brago. Let me get back here. Glenelandra Archmage. So basically this is a 4 mana 2/2 flying fairy wizard, which is completely unimportant. What is important is that for blue and sacrifice Glenelandra Archmage, you can counter target non-creature spell. And now it also has Persist. So Persist says, if this creature dies, If it had no -1/-1 counter on it, return it to the battlefield. Now, as you can imagine, if you blink it, the -1/-1 counter is gone, so each blink on this creature is a free negate for 1 mana. This is, yeah. You won't have many troubles with instants and sorceries once you have this one out. Oh, basically any non-creature spells. This one works on artifacts, this one works on, yeah, everything that's not a creature. So, now, let's have a look at this deck. I'm not really sure I want to go with it. Okay, let's have a look at EDH deck, what to pair Parallax Wave with. Because I think I'm missing a card here. Brago, yeah, right, Brago, that's obvious. Because I'm building Brago. Okay, so they played an enchantment deck, which is not what I'm going for. I would love to add Mystic Remora to his deck, but that's over budget. Because Mystic Remora is so mean. So again, a great Stax piece. What you need to know about Mystic Remora is actually its Oracle text. So if you read the card, you will think it's crap. It has cumulative upkeep 1, so the first turn it costs you 1, second turn 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. Whenever target opponent successfully casts a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. That player may pay 4 to counter this effect. So that sounds like crap, but let's pull up this card here. Mystic Remora. Mystic, I don't know how to write. Remora. Mystic Remora. And this card had a recent price spike because people actually figured out that the official rules text is something else. Mystic Remora. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Let me just copy this to show you the actual text on it. Oh, come on! Gezera. There we have it. So, again, it has cumulative upkeep, so this is the same. But you remember, it was whenever target player, and here's whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell. So in Commander, this will be valid for all of your enemies. Yeah, you can imagine with a format where lots of folks, so basically everyone who's not playing green is throwing out mana rocks on turn 1 and 2. You putting down a Mystic Remora on turn 1 and everyone else playing a Signet or a Felwar Stone or whatever. You're drawing a lot of cards because no one is able to pay 4. And also with Brago it's extra nice because you could remove the cumulative. Oh, I really want to add this. Okay, what does it cost? Mystic Remora. €6. Okay, let's just Mystic Remora. I'm €1 over budget with this. That should be fine. Yeah, right. This is fine, right? €1 over budget is fine. I can't do much to the land base. That's a bit sad because I really like to upgrade the land base. The last guy's deck, the last guys whose deck I upgraded, it was basically, I think he had €200 budget. No, wait, he had 120. It was an Elf Ball deck, green and black. And basically I spent, I think, $10 to $20 on the best elves that there are, save for a couple that are way too expensive. And then I just spent €100 for his mana base. Because a mana base you can use for all other decks. So if you ever get bored with a deck, you can always use the mana base. Things like Stone on Dignitary, you won't ever use this outside of a Blink deck. Maybe a Reanimator deck. If you build a Reanimator deck including white. Which you can, but probably shouldn't. Well, you can. Is there a good white Reanimator? I mean, white has some reanimation spells, because I don't know, white has a surprising amount of reanimation spells, to be honest, but usually when I think Reanimator, I think green-black or green-black-green. Green-black-blue, that's it. So let's go on. Okay, so we have the mana rocks here. I think I'm missing mana rocks. I think I want more mana rocks in here. Unquestioned Authority. I mean, issue with this one is that Brago will remove the cards from himself, so I mean this one draws a card. Let's see. There's some also an Abzan reanimation. Oh yeah, right, I remember. You have to... Oh yeah, Abzan, yeah. Sure. And also, yeah, but also more of a sex theme, right? So reanimation is just a side thing. I remember Terza also, so whenever a creature dies, she can do something. This one is just too good to not play. So how many cards do we have? 103. I think we can skip... I mean, Qatar's Crusade can get quite big if you have a big board, but I think it's win more. Let's remove it. I would really love to add summer board wipes, but I don't think we should add too much. Yeah, already has a lot of spot removal. That should keep him fine. I mean, we could remove Ghostway, probably. Ghostway. What does it cost? €5. We could remove Ghostway. So these are haste enablers. He will need a haste enablers. There's also another turn 2 play haste enablers into something that he wants to bounce in turns 4 and then Brago. That's also a valid play. If you're playing Ghostly Flicker, you might as well play its cousin. Card like Ghostly Flicker. What's it called again? Soul Transfer or something? Displace, right. So let's just add displace. It doesn't cost anything. Displace. So now what do we cut? That's the very much more important question. Let me have a look at my derivative deck. I think I have something here. Yeah, okay, seems I was wrong. And I don't actually have a derivative deck that I wanted to build here. No, this is an enchantment deck. No idea. I could have sworn I wanted to build a derivative deck. Atreus, yes, but Atreus is a specific cleric deck, right? Is Atreus the god of the passage? Yes, so this one is quite fun if you play him with what is unfortunately really expensive to build. Or not really expensive, but it is expensive for one trick. Here, the Shadowborn Apostle. So basically your deck may have any number of cards named Shadowborn Apostles, so basically all your creatures are just Shadowborn Apostles. And if you sacrifice 6 Shadowborn Apostles, you may sage your library for a demon creature card and put it onto the battlefield. So you just put big demons out there and start to sacrifice your Shadowborn Apostles. You will probably get them back, at least a couple of them, because no one wants to pay 24... Wait, how many? 6. Nobody wants to pay 18 life. So basically half the life. So they are bound to give you some back, and you have a big demon. And big demons are nice. Yeah, so this is a fun deck that you can build with her, but the Shadowborn Apostle spiked in price. So as you can see, they're $7 each here. Shadowborn Apostle, they're $2 here, the cheapest one, and since you need quite a lot, so I'd say 30 to 50 probably, it will get expensive to build this deck, even if you get a 150s, which you won't because this one also has €1 shipping each, which won't help you. So €2.50. Yeah, you're paying a lot for this deck, and it's just a fun deck. So I was thinking about building it until I saw the price of the Apostles, and you can't use them in any other deck. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also you will play Edgewalker then, because this one allows your cleric spells to cost white-black less, and I think this is the only card with an effect that removes, or it is not the only card, but it's one of the few cards which removes color costs. But again, we are not building this, but we are building Brago Flicker. And I really think I want more mana rocks. CMC 2 mana rocks. Mana rocks complete list from 2016. So CMC 2 mana rocks. Diamond cycle. Yeah, we could add. Oh yeah, right. We could add diamonds. Sky diamond, right? Yeah, sky diamond. And what's the white one called? White diamond MTG. What's the white diamond called? Marble diamond. Marble diamond. So yeah, they shouldn't cost that much since they were recently reprinted. So we have the mirror, which we won't use because they won't have haste. We have the medallion already in. Let's... Okay, yeah, Khan Signet is already in. Cold Steel Heart enters tapped, that's not what we are looking for. Enters tapped is not what we are looking for. Nope. I mean, you could play Sphere of the Suns with... Yeah, let's go with Sphere of the Suns. Does this one cost anything? Because, as I said, I'm quite near to the budget. Magic carton marked. Sphere of the Sun. This one is costing nothing because it's crap unless you can blink it. Sphere of the Sun. Well, there are a few decks where it's not crap, but it really is a few. So this should ensure him to play a mana rock on turn 2. And this will also allow me to cut a land without being too guilty about it, I guess. So 30, okay, so he has 46 mana sources, that should be fine. Now, this one is a blink enabler. He has 7 blink enablers in addition to his commander. He has recursion for... So what does the Sun Titan actually recur? Mana costs 3 or less, right? So he can get back the Statonic Resonator, the Stasis, he can get back the Cut Purse, he can get back the Reflector Mage, Reality Asset, which is quite devastating. The Fiend Hunter, the Detention Sphere, I think we can remove the Detention Sphere. Yeah, he cannot abuse this enough with this deck. Yeah, he can get back the Mystic Remora, the Seagate Oracle. So we need to remove 4 more cards, right? Yeah. Yeah, we need to remove 4 more cards. What don't we need? So these are 5 board wipe protections, right? Yeah. These are 5 board wipe protections, which is quite good to have, honestly. I wasn't aware there were so many now. They reprinted a couple. So Cosmic Intervention and Semesters, and both are new, and both are quite nice. Too dumb to drink correctly, it seems. So, what's also nice is that with Cosmic Interaction and Domska, they won't be able to tell which card he foretold once they get to know his deck. So, he has several... Hey, Süße. Ich kann dir gleich noch eins machen, ja. Aber ich mache vorher das Deck hier zu Ende. So I think we may actually remove this one, because it's just pay 1, and 1 mana is something that you usually have. So I don't know if you know the cycle of the Rishadan creatures. Basically there are 3 creatures, one for CM3, 3, 4, and 5. And basically when they enter the battlefield, everyone sacrifices a permanent. So every opponent sacrifices a permanent unless they pay 1, 2, or 3 mana depending on your own cards. So the cheapest one is 1 mana, second cheapest 2, most expensive 3. And yes, if you wonder, this can include lands. So if you get a way to blink them indefinitely, your opponents will suffer. And this is also 3 mean cards that I'm putting on the be careful or your opponents might hate you. Because you can destroy lands with them. But I'm really thinking what to cut right now. So we need to cut 4 more cards. What do we cut? I think we cut Ghostly Prison, it just doesn't do enough. Ghostly Prison is just, yeah. I mean, if you have heavy creature, but then again, he has 2 cards that will already go against creatures that are sent against him. It's a bit sad that he doesn't have that many creature tutors, to say none. Oh no, wait, let's re-add Detention Sphere. No, I don't want to leave, thank you. Detention Sphere, let's re-add this. Because it is a great way to get rid of tokens. Okay, so what do we saw it coming? So this one is another Foretell spell, so I will actually prefer this one over Counter Spell. I think we get rid of Negate, since we added another Negate basically in creature form, so... And we also have a lot of ways to protect our own stuff, so yeah, we'll remove Negate. Okay, Pedrin Drake is too strong. Prosperous Pirates is just a very bad Pedrin Drake. So what do you need in order to make Prosperous Pirates work? I mean, Prosperous Pirates is 5 mana, and they give you 2 mana back, so they're basically a 3 mana rock if you blink them. So if you blink them with Mist Meadow Witch, you will need to double their efficiency, which is not gonna happen. If you blink them with Eldrazi Displacer, doubling their efficiency is actually far. No, it's not, because you cannot create colorless mana with them. And if you... yeah, let's remove them. So, what else do we have? Also, I want to remove something that's high mana cost, since... I'm not really sure if Semester's End is worth it. Do you need 5 protection? Well, maybe you do need 5 protection cards. Then again, do you? I mean, I could remove Ghostway, this would get the deck back on budget. But Ghostway is just better. Okay, this one. I mean, this one just destroys permanent, so no way I'm getting rid of it. And it also gets something back, so it's also recursion. So what can we get rid of? Whatever can we get rid of? Oh, what's also quite mean if you have Parallax Tide, so if your opponent is playing, I just realized this right now, if your opponent is playing the Karoo lands, so the lands that make 2 mana, but also when you play them you have to return another land to your hand. If you exile a Karoo land and then you exile a Parallax Tide, so the Karoo land gets back into play, you will need to you will need to take another land back. So quite mean for your opponents. Also, you can use Parallax Tide on yourself. Yeah, you can just use it on yourself to get mana ramp. Basically, Parallax Tide is a 5 mana stone when you think about it. You probably wouldn't use it that way, but Brago can exile it. Yeah, you can use this. Also, you can use Parallax Wave to blink your own creatures. I think I did this a couple of times. Oh yeah, good old times. I haven't played a blink deck in ages. I'm so rusted. I'm not really sure about the enchantments. I think I might remove the enchantments that make him unblockable. So we won't remove any mana rocks, right? I mean, we might remove the Basalt Monolith. Do we? Doesn't untap, yeah. I mean, what do we remove here? Graveyard hate is important. This one is strong. I mean, I have a mind of just removing the most expensive things. This is usually the best way to go. Duplicant will just exile all the stuff and give it to you. I mean, Meteor Golem can probably go. It's 7 mana. And it just destroys target non-land permanent. Yeah, let's get rid of this one. I would have so much write-up to do once I'm finished here. What else do we remove? We need to remove one more card. Evasion. So what do we have for evasion? We have the Whisper Silk Cloak, we have Steel of Godhead, we have Unquestioned Authority, and we have the Petrak Ward. I mean, Petrak Ward has the... Well, Brago doesn't want to exile himself unless you have the stasis out. I just want to remove a Ghostway and put a Winter Orb in. But I probably won't, because one effect should be more than enough for the meta the guy's playing in. I want to cut one land, but I shouldn't. So this one is just... No, it's not strictly worse than Cloudblazer, since it needs... Its CMC has 1 white blip less. This one just draws you 1 card. This one also draws you 1 card. I mean, this one is playable before Brago, so we won't remove it. We need to remove anything with CMC 4 and up. Why is there no way to just quickly reorganize them? What does this one do? Res, play together, EDH reg. What does this do? Doesn't matter. So I'm not really of a mind to remove one of those. I mean, I could remove the Sun Titan. I mean, what does the Sun Titan actually... I mean, no, Sun Titan gets us mana. Gets his mana rocks back. Wasn't there a second Panharmonicum effect? Second Panharmonicum. MTG. Cards like Panharmonicum MTG. Apparently not. Apparently I'm just imagining things. Okay. I'll accept this. What do we remove is the question. I mean, I would just frankly remove... No, but it's... 1 card, right? Yes, 1 card. What is the worst card? All I know is Yarok, which is Sultai, of course. Just let me hit up the card. Yarok. MTG. Oh yeah, this one. This one was quite new, right? He was printed in M20. Oh yeah, right. This was a... Yeah, right. I think this was it. I think I planned to build a Sultai Blink deck with him, but I never did because Blink decks are so prone to going infinite, and I try to avoid infinite combos. So... Yeah, let's get rid of Duplicant. I don't think this one is worth it. So now let's write the list up. Note for Blink decks on the topic of remove target card until this card leaves the battlefield. Effects. Are two ways these effects are worded. Way 1. So it is basically the same thing that I just explained to you. Exile target card until this card leaves the battlefield. Way 2. Exile target card when this card, basically this is one trigger. When this card leaves the battlefield, return all exiled cards. 2 trigger. Oh, there's another neat interaction, by the way, for exile cards. So this one is... okay, this one is quite nasty. Basically, if you have a 2 trigger exile... Oh no, wait, I think this also exists for the 1 trigger. So there are some cards where actually if those cards exile your commander, you can put them in the command zone and your commander can come back from the command zone, depending on the wording of the card. So if you're interested in this, I can look this up because I'm not quite sure how to express it in English. But basically there are some cards where they say exile the card, but then you can use the replacement effect of your commander to actually put a card into your command zone. And then if it says, oh crap, I don't know the English wording, but if there's a specific wording, you can basically get your commander back from your command zone, which is quite fun. Why is this important? Simply the stack. Way 1. Stack 1. Remove target creature. Stack 2. Blink. Oh fuck, I really don't know how to explain it. I made a YouTube video on it, but it's German, so I probably can't use it. Let's make an example. Fiend Hunter. VS. Exile until leaves the battlefield. Okay, so what is an until it leaves the battlefield? VS Banisher Priest. Way 2. VS Way 1. Now, what happens now? You play Banisher Priest. Banisher Priest's effect goes on the stack, targeting whatever creature. You play Cloud Pass, is it right? Cloud Pass. MTG, obviously. No, Cloud Step. Cloud Step MTG. Oh crap, what's the blink called? What is the blink? Momentary blink. You play Momentary Blink on Banisher Priest. Stack. First Banisher Priest. Second Momentary Blink. Momentary Blink will... Oh no, wait, not... what is until end of turn? What is until end of turn? Let's not use monetary because this deck would refresh and I don't like this. I don't like to write this out. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. Oh wait, let's just use Eerie Interlude. Right. Second, you play Eerie Interlude. Stack, Banisher Priest, Eerie Interlude. Now, Eerie Interlude will exile Banisher Priest until end. Will exile until end of turn. Banisher Priest will trigger, but since its trigger condition until this card leaves the battlefield is already fulfilled, creature will not get exiled at all. Now, let's have a look at the same situation with Fiend Hunter. Two effects, or two triggers. Stack, first Fiend Hunter, second Eerie Interlude. Eerie Interlude resolves. This triggers Fiend Hunter's second ability. Return all exiled cards, right? How is it worded? It's to the battlefield. However, at this exiled with Fiend Hunter. Now at this moment there is no card exiled with this instance of Fiend Hunter on the battlefield, so nothing is returned. And maybe you can tell me as a native speaker if this is halfway understandable. Now Fiend Hunter triggers and exiles creature. And since there is no Fiend Hunter in, and since the Fiend Hunter that exiles the creature is already gone, there is no way to get it back from exile. Ich hab dir gesagt, wenn ich fertig bin, komme ich. Okay, now let's go through the deck. Parts of the deck. Nur außen.
Okay.
Und wenn du magst, gib mir auch gerne eins ab. Ich hab keine. Ja, sonst machen wir selbst gleich eins.
Ja, ich muss dann separat noch welche machen, weil ich nicht so länger habe. Wie viel willst du?
Eins.
Mit den Kissen, die ich auch esse, oder mit den anderen?
Was?
Den Käse, den ich auch esse, oder mit den anderen?
Den Käse, den du auch isst. So, okay, now let's go through all the parts of the deck. Board wipes. Domska added another Foretell card to make your other Foretell cards better. Keeps your opponent guessing what you foretold. Other board wipes should work as well. Sunblast Angel, repeatable board wipe. Instant speed with several blink enablers. Blink enablers. No, wait. How do I make things bold? How to make text bold in Discord? 2, okay. Board wipes. So let's do it like this. Perfect. Blink enablers. Makes sense to me, but you explained it earlier already, so maybe biased. Okay, so I hope it makes sense to him too. Blink enablers. Displace and ghostly flicker. Both enable 2 blinks at instant speed. Remember the above interaction with cards like Fiend Hunter. Deadeye Navigator, Eldrazi Displacer, and Mist Meadow Witch. Enable repeated, right? Repeated? That seems wrong. That seems really wrong. Repeated? No. Repeated? Yeah, repeated, right? Yeah, repeated. Blink for mana at instant speed, so feel free to use them during your opponent's turns or on the stack. Soul Herder, repeated blink. Did I forget anything? Felder Guardian can also blink non-creature stuff, i.e. Mystic Remora or Parallax cards, useful to abuse the blink, abuse the above mentioned bestows. Protection. Counter spell, saw it coming. Already had those. Well, he already had those, so I don't need to tell him anything here. Glen Elendra, Archmage, infinite negates. Just blink it once it has a -1/-1 counter to get rid of the -1/-1 counter. Mana rocks. Since these are vital to your game ramp plan, I added some more. Oh crap, I made a mistake. I made a big mistake. Yeah, I made a big mistake. Let's remove Sky Diamond and also let's remove Marble Diamond. These are not good cards. I need to add 2 more cards. Yay, I can add 2 more cards. So first of all, what do we want to add? Let's add... What do we want to add? We can add cards. What did I just remove? What did I just remove? Crap. What did I just remove? I really want to add a Winter Orb, but I probably won't. You remove 2 mana rocks. No, I know these mana rocks are because they don't work with Brago. That totally skipped my mind. But what did I remove before that? No problem. Maybe I also miscommunicated it, so no worries. What did I... Alright, I cut a Meteor Golem, I think. I cut a Meteor Golem. What do we want to add? That's always the question. I mean, I could just do a War Priest of Soon to get rid of more enchantments, which is probably fine, but I'm not quite into it. I'm of a mind to just give him some board wipes. I really wouldn't want to give him Cyclonic Rift, but that one's too expensive. So... yeah, let's just put a negate and... let's just put a negate and an austere command in there. No! Bad. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Please tell me that this will open the same deck. Great, 105 cards. Fuck you! Fuck you hard. Sorry for the language. Right, we removed... oh, four... oh no. Oh no. Okay, so these are still in there. We removed Ghostly Prison, I remember that. Okay, so what else did we do? What else did we do? Yeah, okay, I think that's it. I think that was the most important thing. Okay, so we have 2 cards to add, right? Are the mana rocks already removed here? Yes, okay, so it isn't too bad. It's just a bit annoying. So we wanted to add an austere command, right? Austere command. I really need to be careful not to click this one. This is really bad design, I would say. And we also wanted to add... what else did I want to add beside the austere command? What did I just say I wanted to add? I wanted to add austere command and I wanted to add negate, right? Should I add negate? I don't think I should add negate. What else is cheap? I really want to add Winter Orb. A player may not untap more than 1 land during each untap phase. Or Static Orb. Or Triny Sphere. Or Ring of Bright. I mean, Ring of Brightheart is probably still too expensive. Rhystic Study is on... you're kidding me, right? Rhystic Study. Rhystic Study. Oh wow, this has gone up. I mean, Stupefying Touch is quite nice, right? It draws a card each turn with Brago. It's just taking abilities though. Treachery is quite nice, but also quite expensive. Oh, danke. 2 Stück? 2 Stück? Danke, Süße. Das ist so lieb von dir. Now what is the last card we'll add? 1 last card to finish off the deck. 1 card to rule them all. Side note, also a funnily worded card. If you ever... you know how you have all the red effects that say gain control of target creature until end of turn? And usually if you blink something, it is exile the card and then return it to the game under its owner's control. Conjurer's Close It actually returns the card under your control. So you can play a gain control of target until end of turn effect, then Conjurer's Close It, and then it will exile it and enters the battlefield under your control, and you'll have it forever. So that's another quite cool worded card that you can abuse. But it's not helping us here. Hmm. Do we still have Ghost? Yeah, we still have Ghost Whale. Ah, so many great cards that you just can use. Because they're too expensive. Oh yeah, Cloud of Fairies is fine. Well, it just untaps 2 lands, so... I mean, it is... Oh yeah. I mean, it's... Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's basically a mana rock. It's not the best, but I think that's fine for his deck. Wait, why do we have these cards in here again? I just removed them. Huh? What the fuck? What happened? Why are these cards back? So we have 103 cards. What did we remove? Yeah, this is really annoying me right now. Also, the Watcher of Tomorrow shouldn't be in board wipe, but should be in Blink Creatures. And this one should be in board wipe. Oh yeah, right, this one. And this one, and this one. No, it's 99 cards again. Oh, right, because I was working in this tab, right? Okay, so this one is 99 cards, and now let's just add austere command plus put us to the board wipes and save these. So yeah, I want to leave this one without saving. Okay, do we have 100 cards? No, we have 99 cards, obviously. Cloud of Fairies. Okay, let's just add this one because I'm a little bit annoyed right now. And also very tired. So, and I still have a lot of write-up to do. So, protection. We just went over protection. Protecgoin. Totally not a spelling mistake. Protects you from board wipes. While triggering your ETB abilities. Ghostway, Eerie, Interlude, and Cosmic Intervention, right? What does Cosmic Intervention do? Okay. So that one for Protegoin. Recursion. Get stuff out of your GI. Karmic Guide gets any creature, and Revelag a lot of creatures, including Karmic Guide. I cut the okay, I will talk about the other cuts later. Evasion. Let's Brago connect. Edit Steel off Godhead here. Removal. All the cool removal stuff. Important note. Rishadan. Cards may be considered unfun and might need to be removed. Since they can destroy lands. Reflector Mage. Just good. Reality Asset. Destroys everything. Don't target lands if you don't like land destruction. Parallax Wave. Repeatable removal. And Blink Enabler for your own creatures. i.e. remove 5 creatures you control from play. Felida, Guardian, Parallax Wave. Parallax Tide. Either be really mean to your opponents and permanently exile their lands, or use it as a super mana rock for Brago. Exile 5 of your own lands, get them back. Plus extra mean on Karoo lands. 2 mana, but take 1 land back to your hand. Since if you use it to exile a Karoo land and they get it back, they need to take a land back to their hand. Okay, so this one for the Parallax ones. What else do we have? Fiend Hunter, Angel of Finality, Detention Sphere. Oh wait, why is the Detention Sphere in here 2 times? Why the... Okay, let's just get rid of this Tension Sphere and put in a War Priest of Soon then. War Priest of Soon. That should be fine as well, and he has some enchantment removal then. board wipes. We already had board wipes, right? Oh no, we had not. No, we had. Okay. So we had board wipes, blink enablers, protection, recursion, removal, lens, added some colorless lens for Eldrazi displacer. Buried Ruins gets your vital artifacts back. If the budget was higher, you could think about building a better land base. For now, I left it at that. Card draw, self-explanatory. These draw you a lot of cards. If you blink them. Also some cheap creatures for early protection. Important note. Mystic Remora. Oracle rules text. The one that counts. Lists it is not target but all opponents. So whenever someone plays a mana rock, you draw a card. Brago can also reset the cumulative upkeep for you. Okay, so next one. We have the Pillar Fort. Pillar Fort. Ever wanted your enemies, not enemies. Enemies. Yeah. Not to attack you. Stonehorn Dignitary has your back. So next off we have the synergy cards, right? And these might need some explanation. Synergy. Cloud of Fairies, Peturan, Drake, if you have the budget, at Palinchron. Untap mana if you blink them. I think remove the extra detention fair, remove both of them. I don't see it anymore. Oh no. Don't. Oh, wait. Detention sphere. Wow. I never had that much trouble with this program so far. So far I quite like the program, I gotta say. Now how many cards do we have? 101. Great. Let's get this War Priest away. I really hope this is now. I really hope this is now. Can create infinite mana combos with the Deadeye Navigator, Eldrazi Displacer, and Ghostly and Mist Meadow Witch. Or just a lot of mana with Brago. So what else did I add? Panharmonicon. Ever wanted to get double activations out of your ETBs? You are welcome. Strionic Resonator. Copy Brago's ability. Why not? Or any other ETB. Stasis. Now this one could. Okay, so I think this is already everything, right? Okay, now on the removals. Okay, let me pick up the first list. So, okay, that's this one. Do I want to put emphasis on any of these cards? Okay, do I... okay, what else do I want to... What else do I want to put emphasis on? Hey KBS Genji, sorry, I'm just a bit quiet while writing this because I'm just writing basically everything down on this deck. What can I do for you? And I think I'm also almost ready. Questions, feel free to ask ahead. Okay, so this deck took way too long and I basically removed half the deck. Ah, you are building Brago and just saw the stream. Okay, yes, I'm afraid you're at the end of the stream. So we just finished and I just made my write-up about his deck. So if you want to, I can give you my advice on how he should build his deck. So this one is built on a budget. He only had $50 to upgrade the deck. And it also includes some mean cards, so depending on what meta you're playing in, you might not want to play some of the cards. To give you an example, Stasis. So for Stasis, each player skips his or her... Ah, you're in CDH player. Okay, yeah, fine. Put in Stasis, put in Winter Orb, put in Static Orb. You will be fine. Just remember to put in enough mana rocks. So he's a casual player, so I just put in the Stasis because I think it's iconic for Brago. I already made a big note that people might not like it, and he should think, Brago Stax is great. Brago Stax is just the way to go. So you can have the Rishdan people in there. So the whenever they enter the battlefield, each opponent pays attacks or they sacrifice a permanent. You can put a parallax stuff in there, so this can either blink your own creatures, or this can remove opponents' lands and creatures for good if you have some instant blink effects here. So especially Parallax Tide is quite devastating. If you either target your opponent's Karoo lands if they are played, depending on your meta, or if you abuse the way the stack works with the effects or with the cards that has 2 triggers. So basically the first trigger is remove something from the game. Then you remove Parallax Tide from the game. It's triggered to get everything back triggers, but at the moment there's nothing to get back. So the trigger basically does nothing, and then everything is removed for good. So yeah, these are devastating things. Another great Stax effect is the Glenalandra Archmage, which is basically infinite negates. And yeah, like extra turn spells, basically I thought about it. I didn't do it here because of the budget. But yeah, extra turn spells you can do with Echeomancer and Memnotic Wall, because those will give you these extra turn spells back. But at that point you really need to decide, do you want to win with infinite turns or with stacks? So I don't know if this is really necessary per se. What you really should do if you play stacks is to add the cards that let your opponent's lands enter tapped, so that they can play around stasis, because this is a big risk, and also specifically left in this deck so his opponents would have a counterplay for stasis, even if it's not a perfect counterplay, but they can counterplay it. So what you really want to do is that to put something in that lets your opponent's lands enter tapped, so they just cannot have untapped lands enter the battlefield and gain their advantage, or get back into the game at this pace. Thanks for the follow, by the way. So another nice card is, I'm sure you know it, Mystic Remora.
Welcome!
And also Roxanne, thanks for the follow. So Mystic Remora, cumulative upkeep 1, which you can easily reset with Brago, so basically upkeep 1. Oh, and also thanks for the follow, I am Brandy P. And also, what is important to note about Mystic Remora is that the Oracle text is different from the text actually written on the card. So on the card there is, whenever target opponent successfully casts a non-creature spell, an Oracle it is whenever any opponent. And also, thanks for the subscription, thanks very much. Thank you very much. And basically, as I said, an Oracle this is whenever any opponent casts a non-creature spell, so this counts for all of your opponents if you're not playing one-on-one. Which makes the card a lot better. Basically that's it on the meanest cards. These are the, basically, as you can see, the old frames that I put in here, because they are, I don't know, I quite like them when I played Derevi Blink and later Derevi Stax, and then again Derevi Blink because my playing group didn't want to play against the Stax deck. I also didn't include things like Tanglewire and so on because, as I said, this is a casual deck, and I think I already overdid it a bit, maybe. Did you not have a... No, I didn't have a budget for Ristic Studies, so I can show my budget. So my budget was 50 euros, and this is my budget. Parallax was 10 euros already. And if I just sort this, just give me a second. Let me put in a filter here. So I've filtered this A to Z. You can see my most expensive cards that I put in here are 6 euros. I didn't even have the budget to put in lands here. So the last deck that I helped someone with, he was a really new player, so he almost didn't have any cards. He wanted to play an Elf Ball deck. And while Elf Ball decks can be fun, they usually don't last that long. So He had a budget of 120 euros, I think, so I spent about 20 of it to get all the important elves and 100 just to get him a better mana base, because he can keep the mana base for future decks, and he probably won't use the elves ever again once he decides Elf Ball is boring and folds to board wipes unless you have some protection. So yeah, yeah, that's about the Elf Ball deck. Yeah, but yeah, these are the budgets that I put in here. And I think these are all more necessary than heuristic study. I think with study you mean heuristic study, right? I also thought about the new, basically heuristic study on a stick, the Esper White Modern Horizons builder. Here, this one, Esper Sentinel. Yeah, Esper Sentinel, right. Yeah, I have some issues with the card names because I usually know the German card names, not the English ones, so I'm googling for cards quite often. Yeah, Esper Sentinel, but again, this would be over budget. But on that note, I will have to have another look on how much my Modern Horizons order would cost at the moment in Magic Card Market. My ones. Because the prices are heavily fluctuating at the moment, so I'm checking every few hours. And so far, my Modern Horizons ones have been between 800 euros and 400 euros. So let's have a look at what my Modern Horizons card would actually cost at the moment if I would buy it right now. Yeah, so I thought about those, as I said, but probably not. Also, I'm not really sure how many non-creature spells his opponents play for Esper Sentinel, so yeah, I left it at Mystic Remora for now. Also, I'm quite surprised Mystic Remora is still that cheap. Isn't it on the reserved list? On that note, I was also quite surprised how much Palancron increased since I bought the card. And Sliver Queen. Sliver Queen got expensive. And I thought it was expensive when I bought it for 25 euros. And now it's, I think, 150 or 250. Magic cards prices are nuts. So yeah, basically, this is what I did to the deck. And I will... oh, nice, 490 euros. It's down. Yeah, this is what I did to Brago. And